when the best thing you can think of is to pound your chest, raise your voice, and scream and yell that you're an American and you're the president and people need to listen to you, it's a clear sign that you're out of ideas. When we look at what's happened since the inauguration, I think we can all say that Donald Trump is clearly in over his head. Take a look at the string of failures that he's had from day one. When it came to planes falling out of the sky, what was the reasoning he gave? He said it was DEI, without any sort of evidence. When it came to foreign policies, issues of tariffs and economic policy, one day he wants to put a tariff on. When the stock market tanks, he decides it's time to take it off. And then later he decides to put them on. And it's this never-ending yo-yo. He can't make up his mind. This is somebody who's clearly confused about what the job requires. Over and over again, he's demonstrating his inability to actually get the job done and be up to the task. When we look at foreign policy, this is somebody who claimed that he would end whatever's happening in Gaza within day one. He's somebody that said that he would end the Russia-Ukraine war within 24 hours. And what have we seen? We've seen him melt down and throw a temper tantrum in the Oval Office, which effectively isolated the US from all of their allies and emboldened Russia to ramp up their attacks into Ukraine, and likely also emboldened China to make moves on Taiwan in the near future. This is an absolute failure, and he's been chasing for some sort of win ever since. He said that he was going to negotiate a truce. Hasn't happened yet. Vladimir Putin hasn't agreed to any of the terms of the ceasefire because Trump isn't the boss of him. In fact, it's the opposite that's true. Putin owns Trump, and Putin knows it. And Putin can rely on Trump to spread information that's going to be beneficial to his interests. And Trump is just dumb enough to parrot the line because, as Kamala Harris mentioned during the debate, he is so easily manipulated through compliments that he'll do whatever he can to win the praise of dictators around the world. When we take into consideration all of those things and we wrap it under what we know of Trump, this is somebody who's never been able to make a successful deal. He's got this reputation of being a great deal maker, but that's a work of pure fiction. The Art of the Deal was not a book that Trump wrote. Somebody wrote it for him. And they probably wrote it for him because Trump is probably functionally illiterate and has no great business thoughts. In fact, when you look at Trump's business career, he's been sued over 4,000 times. He's been bankrupt 6 times. This is a guy who couldn't make money running a casino or selling booze. This is who we're supposed to believe is some sort of great deal maker. Does that make sense to anybody? So we shouldn't be surprised that he is in this office flailing away left and right trying to make something happen and seem relevant. And as everything is crumbling around him, what has he decided to do? I need to get a quick win, so let me see what country I can bomb and terrorize some brown people. And now we're lobbing bombs in Yemen. This is par for the course. This is somebody who is not equipped to hold the job, and from a security perspective, should have never been allowed anywhere near the office in the first place. But setting all that aside, it should be clear by now for anybody that's paying attention that this person, Donald Trump, is not up to the task. He's in over his head. And because of his own stupidity, he's going to continue to flail at potential solutions, which are only going to lead to the U.S. being pushed further and further away from the international community. This is clearly a scenario where this person is not fit for office. He doesn't have the mental horsepower. He doesn't have the stamina. He doesn't even have the interest to actually get shored up in the areas that he's got gaps. This is somebody who is wholly bought and paid for by at least one foreign government and is operating on somebody else's interests and certainly not the interests of the American public. This is somebody who really should be under consideration for being subject to the 25th Amendment and removed from office. It's time for this farce to end.